we've got the nerve, the audacity, the unmitigated gall to take a couple weeks off and change up the format? How can this be? Yes, you heard it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. We're going to let you know what's up on this episode of the Unmitigated Gall.
So what's this podcast about?
Somebody got to keep it real, you know.
Reclaiming my time
by winning.
Keep my wife's name.
Catch me outside. How about that?
You're talking to
unabashed hater.
My style is impetuous.
King Kong ain't got.
You come in with some nice waves of the black school.
You're average looking at best.
I took offense to that.
Robert.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
I have you beat.
You now have the Unmitigated Gall.
Thank you for joining the Unmitigated Gall Podcast, a podcast that is in flux right now, and we're going to tell you about it. I am one of your hosts, Eric Golson. Here with me is Shavalerie. Don't blame the lighting. She's glowing from the inside. Thurman, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Oh, nothing. You know, just preparing for, we're taping this on a Saturday, just maybe an hour before my Georgia Bulldogs are going to play the Tennessee Vols. So
yes.
I'm a little scared, but it'll be fine.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. But yeah, and this is going to be a short episode anyway, but we've been off a couple weeks. Shavalerie, you've been okay? You know, the wellness check. How are you?
I'm good. Lots of changes in my life recently. Not sure if I'll even post about it by the time this posts, but otherwise, I'm doing great. I'm excited.
Okay, so nothing that you want to put out there to the people?
Not yet. You know, I have to make some grand post, and I haven't put that together yet, so this will be the teaser, I guess.
Yeah, so lots of changes in her life, and this being a small change, right? So we have not done a post in a couple of weeks because we decided to change up the format of the show. We, of course, love talking news, talking trash to each other, really instigating, stirring up the pot. But going forward, we just decided it's best to maybe zero in on something more specific, something that I love, but maybe Shavalerie does not love as much: TV and movies, reviews, what's hot, my takes on it, hot takes, and Shavalorie's takes when it comes to a Wakanda Forever, when it comes to a Issa Rae special. So, you know, I'm excited for it. But Shavalerie, how do you feel?
I mean, you know me. I was fine with what we were doing, but you know, it can get a little heavy. And even though we're switching the format, I know you. We're still not going to agree. So there'll still be the headbutting, I think, between the two of us that people love so much.
Exactly. Like, you know, I plan on doing a House of the Dragon recap. You know, a big homie recap of what you need to know in case you haven't seen it. And I don't think you've seen it yet, right?
I haven't, but this is going to actually force me to actually sit down and watch some of these things that you're recommending, because I'm not trying to see anybody else, in this square. I want it to be me and you, and I don't want there to be any special guests because I haven't watched some show, and I feel like that may be coming. So you let me know what I need to study up on, and I'll put football on hold for a little bit, and catch up on House of Dragons and House of Cards, which is several years old, and everything else.
Black people love abbreviating stuff. House of Dragons. I saw some meme the other day when it was like the actual show title, and then like what black people call it.
Yeah, and then what we call it. The one I love is
like Child's Play, Chucky.
My God, I didn't realize that it wasn't called Chucky. It's Chucky 1, Chucky 2, Chucky 3. Like, that's what it is. I love us.
Yeah, like, you know. So, but yeah, of course, our take on movies that everyone's talking about, shows that everyone's talking about. Remember when Bird Box, the first time I really felt compelled to like watch a movie right then is when Bird Box with Sandra Bullock dropped on Netflix. And I swear, just social media just lit up talking about it.
Listen to me. We are going on the trip now. It's going to be rough.
I had to watch it the next day.
Because you get FOMO.
FOMO like a mofo. And so I watched it and glad I did. But yeah, so that's the kind of thing, if we're hosting together, Chevelle, I know you want to be on every episode. Hopefully schedules line up again. She's got changes that she's going to be talking about. So if our schedules align, we'll definitely do it. If not, I don't want to FOMO and be too late. These shows are on schedules.
Right.
So,
But I know it's also impossible for us to watch everything. Like, I know your wife is a really big fan of Big Brother. It would be impossible, I think, for me or you to try to catch up on that show that I haven't watched probably since the 90s, early 2000s when I think it came out. So in certain instances, I think it's going to be fine to have a special guest come on, someone who's passionate about a show, to really give us the meat and potatoes of why it's so big, important, why it's trending, gone viral, whatever. So
yeah. So in a case like that, my wife was adamant about Big Brother being like the most important show out when it was, because there was a black woman who won for the first time ever. I don't know how long this has been around, but it's on CBS, which isn't always quite as diverse.
I am not a victim. I am a victor. And if there is one word that is going to describe the entire season, it is resiliency. And if you are to ask yourself who the most resilient person of this season has been, it is me. And
they just had a black male winner for the first time last season. So that's back-to-back black winners on Big Brother. But this is the first black woman. Winners. And I think what was so compelling about it for her, because as a black woman, she's watching this woman who was a very good person, a very driven woman, a beautiful, smart person. She was a pageant queen and all around just good people. But the house was out to get her. And she somehow managed to overcome all this. She won people over one at a time. There was a little love story in there. She let the other brother in the house hit, who was not part of her love story because people lied to her and told her that the guy she loved was out to get her. So she was, in her feelings. So it was this big story. So anyway, on a case like that, we need a guest to come in and lay out what is special about this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the way you just described that, I feel like I should be watching it. It sounds like a lot of drama.
You definitely might want to go back and watch that season on demand. I mean, I think
probably for me, at least the last two, and maybe the celebrity ones. I heard the celebrity ones are good.
Yeah, well, the one before this, the reason that the black person won is because the black people in the house all linked up immediately, even if they didn't like it, and they called themselves the Cookout.
Yeah, I love it.
So, and that kind of had ramifications in this season because one of the white boys was like, hey, white people, let's get together because, the black people could be. So then he got a lot of backlash online. His name was Kyle, so they were calling him KK Kyle. And
yikes.
But, I felt bad for the kid because if it happened before, it could happen again. But he was dumb in saying that we should actually have a race-based alliance because that's what's been happening. They just didn't say that, So him actually articulating that.
He probably should have kept that part out of his confessional.
And then, just whoever you want to have. I know there's shows that you love that I definitely do not. Are you a P-Valley person or no?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's really good. Yeah. P-Valley, all the powers.
It's not.
All of the shows that you're just like, I can't do it.
I like Power. I liked the first couple seasons with the spinoff of Tariq. I know it's not called Tariq, but how we
there
do.
You go.
I loved it. But then it just got ridiculous. So yes, this is the type of thing that the Unmitigated Gall, we will still be audacious in our breakdowns. We will still give you our unmitigated opinion about these shows, whether to hate it, love it, skip it, or watch it. But we are not going to be talking about if Kanye is a race traitor anymore. We're not going to be talking about, we may talk about Meghan Markle, right? No, I don't know. To be determined on that.
What about if not Meghan Markle? What about Megan Thee Stallion? Did you see all the stuff with her and Drake?
No, not gonna go there, because we could get into some race and feminist stuff there.
Okay,
I'm trying to be at peace.
Fine.
So
I get it. Get it. Trust me, I get it. I understand.
And please look forward to more interviews. We're not going to limit ourselves to just journalists. Journalists, of course, we want to talk to more of them. We want to just broaden it up to people in media. So earlier we had Rob Hayes on the show, comedian, and we want to continue to do that. People in media in general. So actors, comedians, singers, journalists, anchors, your favorite camera person. No camera. But I think that's all I have to say about it, Shavalerie. I'm ready to get back to work, and I'm sorry that we've taken this time off and left people wondering.
It was a nice little break.
Well, that's it. And for your personal updates, right? They just got to monitor you on the socials, right, Shavalerie?
Exactly. It'll be on the gram shortly. I don't know when. I don't know when you're posting this, so we'll see if this posts first or if my update posts first. I don't know.